Good morning, everyone. My name is MightyStream, and I'm going to do our May the 8th, just for today, in a meditation. I hope that you're doing well today. I'm excited to be with you. Actually, I'm more than excited to be with you. I'm blessed to be with you. My city, my hometown, was hit with a tornado, not just one, but two. And I'm held up in a hotel. My children are safe. I haven't seen them since the tornado hit, but they're safe with neighbors. And I just want to say that I'm really, really grateful to be with you this morning. Let's get into the meditation. The title of today's meditation is Teachable. It says, we have learned that it is okay to not know all the answers. For then we are teachable and can learn to live our life, our new life, successfully. That comes from the basic text, page 96. In a way, addiction is a great teacher. And if addiction teaches us nothing else, it will teach us humility. We hear it said that it took our very best thinking to get to NA. Now that we're here to learn. The NA Fellowship is a wonderful learning environment for the recovering addict. We aren't made to feel stupid at meetings. Instead, we find others who've been exactly where we've been and who've found a way out. All we have to do is admit that we don't have all the answers. Then listen as others share what's worked for them. As recovering addicts and as human beings, we have much to learn. Other addicts and other humans have much to teach us about what works and what doesn't. As long as we remain teachable, we can take advantage of the experience of others. Just for today, I will admit that I don't have all the answers. I will look and listen to the experience of others for the answers I need. Let's take a moment of silence, followed by the we version of the Serenity Prayer. Moment of silence now, please. Thank you. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things that we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference just for today. Just for today, please and thank you. Being teachable. I do feel that not knowing all of the answers not knowing all of the answers and being willing to admit that I don't know all of the answers are two different things in my mind. The latter is the one that makes it possible for me to be teachable because it requires a level of humility. See, I know people that they know goodness well they don't know all of the answers. They know that. But they are not willing to admit that they don't know all of the answers. Therefore, they're not asking questions, or their spirit is not open enough to be able to receive new information because they're not willing to embrace the fact that they don't know all the answers, even if that's the case. We don't want to be like that. This is not talking about those individuals, even though the way that it's written could easily make the assumption that if you don't know all the answers, that you're also teachable. That's not true. But what is true is that if you do not know all of the answers and you're willing to admit that you don't know all of the answers, you present yourself with a spirit of humility because you need to receive information that you don't have. But here's the beautiful thing about Narcotics Anonymous that I have found. I go in and out of being humble enough to admit it and not being humble enough to admit it. And most of the time, it is directly related to my character defect of fear. If I perceive that I'm going to be looked down upon or made fun of because I don't know the answer, it will require humility for me to admit that I don't know the answer and present myself for the teaching, right? But what I found again is that I go in and out of being humble enough based on the fear that I'm experiencing. If I don't grab a hold of my fear, right? If I don't practice prayer and meditation, deep breathing, grab a hold of those cortisol leaks, if I don't handle that, then there's no way I'm about to ask the question. I'm not going to ask the question. I'm not going to present myself for the answer. There's no such thing as the fact that I don't even know. Not because I think that I do know. I definitely know I don't know, but I'm not going to let you know that I don't know. Now that's that right there, folks, is the question. Oh, I'm having fun today. That is the question, my folks. Will I be humble enough to let someone know that I don't have all the answers? See, because if I'm too fearful and I'm worried about how I'm looking and what it's going to look like and what they're going to say and what will they say to others about me because I don't have the answers and I've been here this long and blah, 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 blah. It goes on and on and on because that's how we're wired. Oh, I love it when I have a deep revelation about who I am and how I am wired, because it gives me more information so that hopefully, not all the time, but hopefully the next time something comes up, I can say, girl, I caught you this time. I caught you clean before you even came out the gate. You was trying to operate in that fear. You were trying to have the shortcoming of being proud and not asking questions. But I saw you a mile away. Yes, I did, MightyStream. I saw you a mile away. And I know for a fact that today we don't have time to keep going around in circles because we don't want to be humble or we're fearful of the unknown. No, we have to ask questions. And I'll give myself that little pep talk and I'll go ahead and be humble enough to ask the question. And here's the thing. It doesn't matter whether or not I'm crazy about the person I'm asking or not. It doesn't matter if I've had an awful history with them or not. If I know for a fact that they have the information, or I think that they have more information than I do, my personal opinions about them don't matter at all. I know we don't talk much, but I remember you were talking about going back to school, but you had to do something with your student loans. Do you remember sharing about that? Well, what did you do? And they'll be in more awe than I am because I'm asking them something I know they have information on, and we don't even engage each other that much. You asking me that question, girl, please. You know what I was saying was that if your loan is in default, you need to make 6 months of payments before they'll give you financial aid again. And it doesn't have to be whopping payment. It just has to be 6 months of payments that you agreed to do and you actually do it. Oh, thank you. Oh, wow. That is so helpful. And you know what? I began to build a relationship with someone that maybe I didn't care too much about. But because my need was greater than my dislike for them was, I humbled myself admitted to them that I don't have all the answers. It's not like you walk up to somebody and say, I don't have all the answers, and I thought maybe you do. No. No, that's not what that's not what we're talking about. No. No, that's not what we're talking about. What we're talking about is, I know we don't talk that much, but I seem to remember you sharing about such and such. See, I'm already paving the way for them to get over the fact that we don't get along. I know we don't talk that much, but it seemed like to me, I don't even take a pause in my breath. It seemed like to me, I remember you sharing about something I'm going through. And can you help me with this? Right? We're not making a big deal out of it. We're just trying to change today. And addiction is a great teacher, right? But recovery is a great teacher too. It is a teacher as well. I've learned more as a recovering addict than I ever did as a using addict. Let me say that. Family, I am, you have no idea what I have passed through in the last 24 hours, right? And I do want to say this, that my experience with a storm, May 13th of 1980 in my hometown, my experience with that storm taught me a very great lesson that saved many lives yesterday. Take those warnings seriously when they come to your phone and alert you. Always have a place to run for cover, and hopefully ensure that you'll have a better tomorrow. My name is MightyStream. I've enjoyed talking to you today, and I will be talking to you tomorrow. If it all is in my power, I will definitely be talking to you tomorrow. Have a beautiful day on purpose.